What's up, Blade Breakers? We've got 2 left, and I'm hoping, right? Praying. I want the purple rhino horn, alright? I want to save the drawn dagger for last, so what do you think? We're going to mix them up here. And then, since we have 2 left, we'll go with the one on the right. How's that sound? I think that sounds pretty good. So, we will go ahead and open this up and hope that it is the rhino horn. Unless you guys are thinking we should save the rhino horn for last because the drawn dagger is a bad one to end it on. Not really sure. We'll see how much I jinxed it and stuff like that real quick. Find out which one it is here. And let me know what you guys think. Which one is your favorite out of this booster? We have the next random booster coming up is the black shell one. And that one's gonna be really, really cool. And I can't wait to unbox that with you guys. That one's gonna be really awesome. But that feels, oh, I think it's Dagger, you guys. Okay. Hang on, let's see. It is, all right. Saving rhino horn for last. That's what I'm gonna tell myself, all right? That's what I'm gonna tell myself to get through this video. I have never been a fan of orange. And like, look at these 2 different oranges right there. It's, I don't know about you guys. I'm not really a big fan of this one. I think this is probably the one. And then the piss yellow. All right. So that is kind of a brown in the center, but that is definitely not a gold color. And I'm not really I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. Now, the blade itself, drawn dagger, is actually pretty good. So I'm not necessarily upset about that. It does give us, I believe, points, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So 470 point, which is pretty good. And look how look how ugly this is. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're gonna zoom in here for you guys. I don't know. I mean, if you like orange, if you're a really big fan of orange, maybe. I'm just like, think about this spinning around, you know. I'm not so sure I'm gonna enjoy it, but we did get it open for you guys. We're gonna weigh it in just a little while, but I did want to talk about the parts, right? 470. Now 470 is of course a 70 ratchet, different from your typical 80 that you would see, right? Because the 80 has the skirt and 70 has these little bracers right here, and you can count all of the pieces on it, and it's 70. So, not really the greatest, right? It's still 4, which is not very fun. I do always have Phoenix with me, you know what I mean? Especially with weighing all these different combos. 90 is going to be a lot better. I think 4 is just not, sorry, not 90, but 9. I think 4 is just kind of not good. You know what I mean? It has some use in some combos, but even then it's like, if you're going to use 4, it's because you probably don't have the parts, right? It's because, oh, it's the stock combo for that bay, and you just don't have an extra 9 laying around, and that's understandable, honestly. Point, not a good, not necessarily a bit you need to be hunting for, is what I should say. It is pretty decent, right? It's not bad. It's not great. I would say overall, you wouldn't be necessarily mad about this, but I feel like unless your favorite color is orange, you're not going to be the happiest with this release. Now, of all the bays, I would say this actually probably has better performance than Rhino Horn. I just can't get past the orange, and if you're looking at it objectively, this isn't necessarily an attack bit. It's more of a balance bit. So, it's with Leon Claw, right? He has this part, and it's kind of mid-aggressive, holds back a little bit depending on how you launch it. So, overall, so I would say not the greatest. It is nice to have it, especially if you're a Hasbro guy and you're like, I really want Dagger And I don't mind the orange. I think this is decent, right? It's probably cheaper to just buy the set than it is to buy the stadium, especially if you already have a stadium. You already have, maybe you have both Tusk Mammoth and Drawn Dagger. But so if you need the blade, maybe. You know what I mean? It's not the greatest. It's not the best. But it is a decent attacker. So I think if you're an attack type enthusiast, you'll be happy with this one. I don't think you're going to be necessarily disappointed, but that orange it's atrocious, you guys. This is a dark red. It's you can see right here, there's the red of Phoenix. It's kind of in between, right? The red and the orange. So I don't know. I'm not very excited for this one. We'll probably keep it a little shorter during this video, just because of the fact that this is not the most exciting of the releases. I think most people are going to be excited for, you know, your Tyrannos and all that. Both of the Tyrannos, you know, this one doesn't have that specific bit that jumps, you know, the Quake bit. So overall, I would say it's not necessarily the best one in the group. But we'll go ahead, we'll give you the clicks here. Actually pretty good clicks, I gotta say. This is kind of what I was talking about, right? See if you guys can see this, but if you're orienting this, right, this 4 is actually sticking out past, there we go, you can kind of see it right there. When you're looking at it from above, you can see that this piece is actually sticking up and kind of out from the blade of Drawn Dagger. So 4 is not the greatest, you guys. It's not very good, but let's check the weight real quick. So this is obviously the lightest. Dronzer 36.5. Ooh, 44 almost. Almost 44. That's pretty good. So almost 44. And then this is 46. So honestly, if you guys are looking for a really good combo and you just want to piss off your friends that don't like orange, this might not be bad, right? I have said it time and again. Dagger Drawn Dagger, or however you want to say it. He's actually not terrible. He's not the worst. The bit is decent, right? It's not the greatest. I think if you switch out the ratchet, you have a pretty good combo here that I would say you can take to, you know, tournaments or whatever. And honestly, you guys, I know I said I'm not a fan of the orange. However, I do like that blue. I think the bit chip actually looks really clean. If they would have done this inner plastic here, if they would have done that white and then this outer chip, kind of part of the chip blue, right, where it spins here, that's like that piss yellow of the ratchet. If they would have done that blue and this white, this would look sick as hell, actually. Or, you know, honestly, if they just change this little chip in the center to a different color, blue or white or clear, it would look a lot nicer, because that yellow really does, if you're looking at it, kind of get in the way, especially because you can see the yellow ratchet down there. I think at least white or blue on this would look really clean, and it would be one of those color mixings, kind of like Dronzer, how Dronzer has this orange and yellow, and then the rest of him is blue. It'd be a really good color combination, and I really want to see more of that. They kind of, so we'll show you, new unboxing is next, right, on Wednesday. They kind of did that with Starscream, where they just put a bunch of colors together. It does kind of remind me of the colors he has in the original, but they're putting too much effort into those colors, right? If you look, he actually only has like one yellow piece, and I believe that's actually the cockpit of the jet when he transforms, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, I don't know. I guess I don't mind the orange. For the booster, right? I think the blade is nice. The bit is okay. So overall, it's not the worst pull. If you're going to get the whole set, don't let this deter you from the whole set, honestly. I would say if you're like, okay, I'm going to get like 3, go for it. If you're only going to get 1, go for it, honestly. Your odds are pretty good. And even if you get this one, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's not the greatest blade ever, but it will do in a pinch, you know what I mean? That's pretty much the video for you guys. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm not a fan of the orange, but I will say I do really like the blue flames. And like the bit chip, honestly, is really clean and really cool. But then this orange and the pissed yellow and this gross, almost like a dreamsicle color, it just ruins it for me, honestly. I don't know. That's up to you guys. But let me know, Blade Breakers, is this the prize bay? Because it's looking like it might be the prize bay. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next one. And it's going to be the Hasbro one. So keep an eye out. Peace.